Hello friends, in his Independence Day speech from the Red Fort, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had made a big announcement. It is related to GST. He used the words, see, this Diwali you will have double dhamaka, the double Deepavali.
इस दिवाली में आपकी डबल दिवाली का काम मैं करने वाला। इस दिवाली में आपको एक बहुत बड़ा तोहफा देशवासियों को मिलने वाला है।
He said there is going to be a huge GST rate cut gift. In GST, massive changes are coming. Taxes will be reduced on a large scale. For common people, for the middle class and for the poor, GST tax will come down a lot. Along with that, small traders, companies, MSMEs and small businessmen will also get the dhamaka benefits. It will be easier for them in GST filing and rules. This is not just a hint, it is more than a hint. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has directly made the announcements to entire nation from the ramparts of Red Fort. Friends, there has been a lot of discussion going on about this. Some were saying, will the 12% GST slab be removed? Will the goods in that slab be moved to different slabs? But before the debate could settle, the Finance Ministry gave an official clarification. They said, this is not a small change. The government is preparing for a big revolutionary change in GST system. Right now, GST has 5 slabs. The government is planning to reduce them to just 2 slabs. It can be revolutionary, friends. This information, as we already said, has been confirmed by the Finance Ministry. You are seeing the Finance Ministry statement on screen. Currently, we have 5, 12, 18% and 28% GST slabs and some special rates as well. Instead of 4 slabs, the plan is to keep only 2 slabs. This is very big. And the reason for these reforms, earlier there was VAT in the states before GST. There was excise duty. There was n number of duties. Every state had its own tax rates. Even interstate trade was difficult. To remove all that confusion, a simple single tax system was needed. That is why GST was introduced 8 years ago. But even inside GST, it was not possible to put the same tax on all goods. For example, luxury goods were taxed differently. Bad habit items or enjoyment goods or luxury goods or sin goods, as they call, had different tax rates. Services had different tax rates. Essential goods had different tax rates. Some goods even had zero tax, like agricultural products and food items. So again, multiple taxes still existed within the system of GST. This further created confusion instead of simplifying. On some goods, tax rates were still high. Now, the government has decided to move to just 2 tax slabs. The Finance Ministry has mentioned this clearly in their official statement. Friends, this can be a big step in India's economic development and reforms. Friends, having only 2 tax slabs is every company's dream. It is every economist's dream. It is every finance analyst's dream point. Having fewer slabs, 1 or 2, is ideal. In Western countries, there is sometimes only 1 slab, like 7% or 8%. But in India, that is not practical. Why? Because being a poor developing country, we cannot tax a 5 lakh rupees entry-level car and a 6 crore rupees luxury car at the same rate. That logic does not work in our country. At least 2 slabs are needed in India. The car example is just one case. Even a 100 rupees pair of slippers cannot have the same tax as a 10,000 rupees Nike or Adidas shoe. So, a minimum of 2 slabs is necessary. That is why now the government has taken up this reform. Finance Ministry information also says 2 slabs will remain. Friends, we will explain 3 main things about PM Modi's big GST announcements. 1. What exactly is this double Diwali offer? 2. The 3 pillars of reforms being brought into GST. The third, how this will help the economy. So now first, 3 pillars of the GST reforms are structural reform, rate rationalization, and ease of living. Pillar number 1, structural reforms. Structural reforms means fixing some flaws inside the GST. The main correction is in the inverted duty structure. What is this? Let's say you are a businessman or a company. Your input cost, that is the raw materials you buy, has one GST rate, but the finished product you sell has lower GST rate. For example, you are a company selling slippers or footwear. You buy rubber as raw material. The GST on rubber is 18% on the raw material you use in your production. But when you sell the slippers, the GST is only 5%. Even after using input tax credit, you can only adjust for 5%. The remaining 13% stays with the government. To get that money back as refund, you have to file for refund. That means going to a government office and sometimes begging in front of corrupt officials and paying bribes. This is a big problem. Now the government says this mismatch will be removed completely. For the company, the GST on raw material and the GST on the finished product will be the same. No more mismatch. Even if there is a refund process involved, it will be completely automated using technology. No need to go to any government officer. Everything will be done through technology and online. The government's goal is no face-to-face meetings with the officers, zero human interaction or intervention. This is a big decision. Next, pillar number 2 within the GST reforms is rate rationalization. This means simplifying the GST slabs. The plan is to reduce it to just 2 slabs. The current 5%, 12%, 18% and 28% will be changed. Friends, if you think about it, having just 2 slabs will definitely benefit the public. The government's plan is to keep 5% for most goods and 18% for luxury goods. These 2 slabs will be called standard slab and the merit slab. The standard slab will apply to most of the goods. The merit slab will apply to luxury items or higher value items, mainly used by upper middle class and rich. Before the news of only 5% and 18% came out, we thought the government might choose slabs differently. We expected they might remove the very low and very high slabs and keep remaining things same. For example, we thought they might remove 5% and 28% and keep something between 7 to 12% as one slab and a rate between 18 to 22% as another slab. Because keeping a 5% slab means huge loss in revenue for the government, right? But the government has thought aggressively and decided to keep the 5% slab itself. It is not confirmed yet, the numbers, the rates, but according to Finance Ministry sources, it is said that government is planning to keep these 5 and 18% slabs. This would be a bold step. And for sin goods like alcohol, cigarettes and other harmful items or ultra luxury goods, there might be a special rate of between 30 to 40%. Some reports are saying it will be 40%. Friends, if government goes ahead with this plan, it will reduce taxes for most people. Prices of common man goods will come down. Prices of aspirational goods will also come down. Aspirational goods means the products that middle class and upper middle class people dream of buying when they move up from poverty. This could be better clothes, better electronics or branded products. When tax is reduced on these goods, people's purchasing power increases. Consumption picks up. Economic growth gets a boost. That is why everybody is calling this can be a big revolutionary moment in India's economic reforms in recent history. Next, friends, pillar number 3 within the GST reforms is ease of living. This is for everyone, common people, small traders, companies and MSMEs. As we said, dealing with officers is the biggest problem. They send notices, harass businessmen and delay refunds. And if you want a faster refund, you pay bribe. Now the government's goal is to remove human interference completely. Everything will be technology driven and online. Even GST refund for exports or local GST refunds will be automated. Right now, corruption is high. Sometimes corrupt commercial tax officers are asking for 10 to 20% out of those refund amounts. We have heard this complaint from many small entrepreneurs. The government now plans to make this process fully online without begging for signatures or approvals. This will save businessmen from humiliation and trouble. This proposal has already gone to the group of ministers GOM led by Bihar's Finance Minister Samrat Chaudhary. 2 GST Council meetings are planned before Diwali. The final decision will be taken there. So friends, it is now almost confirmed that this Diwali will be very big in terms of India's economic reforms. A double Deepavali. This can give a big boost to the economy. We saw earlier income tax slabs were changed from 5 to 7 lakh rupees first and then directly to 12.75 lakh rupees. If you have income within 12.75 lakh rupees, you don't need to pay any taxes. That was the first step announced in the last budget. The idea was people should have more money in their hands so they can spend more. Spending boosts the economy. But that announcement, income tax relief, only benefits people above a certain income. To give benefit to everyone who does not fall under any tax slabs, GST needed to be reduced. Now that is happening. From people earning 2 to 3 lakh to middle class and upper middle class, everybody will get benefited. Now friends, what is your opinion on this? Please let us know your thoughts on the comment section below. Let's meet again. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and especially please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Namaste.